Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going tonight, guys? So we're gonna go over a couple of things tonight. We're gonna go over all the new contract extensions that happened in the past week since the last time we went live. We're gonna go over give our predictions and go over the Commanders Broncos game. Should the Broncos get a new running back? And there's so much more stuff we're gonna get into. We're only probably gonna go live for about 30 to 40 minutes tonight, guys, because Muhammad got family in town. I got stuff I gotta do to prepare for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So we will do a gut reaction to the game, next Tuesday. Um, so if you guys could like, comment, subscribe on this video, also hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. But so let's get this started. Mohammed, we got the Washington Commanders this Sunday in Landover, Maryland. Now, what are some of the things you want to see? Like, we got the injury reports. Jaden Daniels was limited today in practice. I mean, I just looked at the Commander's injury report. It's really freaking long. But basically, Jaden Daniels, he was limited today at practice. I don't personally think he's going to play. I still think it's going to be another week, maybe two, before he comes out and plays. And then the Broncos injury report, we got two big pieces back this week that were limited in practice, but I'm pretty sure both of them are going to play, and that's Sertan and Alex Singleton.
Excellent.
But going through the game, what are some of the things you want to see in this game from the offense, the defense, Bo Nix? What do you want to see, Mohammed?
I mean, overall that should be as we know, it should be an easy win for the Broncos. Maybe let's not say easy win. It should be a win by the Broncos. I don't even want to hear anything else, right? The thing that I want to see, Eddie, is the running game, because we know J.K. Dobbins is out for the season, and last week we did see the running backs a little bit. I want to see this trio get more touches. J.K. Dobbins, Jaleel didn't have a lot of touches. I want to see that. I want to see this running back room, get some practice, get more touches. It doesn't have to be a pretty game. I really don't care about us throwing the ball, Eddie. Because if we're going to the playoffs, we're gonna need this running game. I'm not worried about the defense, right? We had a good game last week. Well, 2 weeks ago, I guess, against the Chiefs. But yeah, this is something that I really want to see, because it's a concern for me, Eddie. Like, even if we have the number one seed, if we cannot run the ball against those playoffs teams, we're gonna be in trouble. It's not gonna matter. So I really, this is the concern for me is more touches for the running backs. What about you?
Well, I watch the NFL's, the preview to each game. You know how like the NFL every week they do the previews to each game. I watched the one earlier for the Broncos at the Commanders, and the Commanders cannot run the ball well. And the Broncos are really good at stopping the run. We're like top in the NFL at stopping the run. Of course, our whole defense, is top in everything. So I'm not worried. Like, the Commanders are not going to score a whole. I'd be surprised if they score 10, honestly. Yeah. And their defense, this is where, like, I do agree with you, Muhammad, on the fact that I hope they run the ball, establish a run, get, RJ Harvey some more reps, let him get out there and, get his, running legs underneath him, so to speak, so that way he can, be good in the playoffs. Like, right now, he's still an unknown commodity. I mean, we've seen him do some good things, but he really hasn't carried a lot of the workload, majority of the season because of J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Well, I do agree that they need to run more. And I mean, I've been shouting this all year. They need to run the ball. They need to run the ball.
Yeah.
But this week, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to go pass heavy. The reason why I say that is because the NFL, the pregame thing I watched today from the NFL, the Commanders' defense ranks 32nd in the passing game. So if the NFL is showing that and everybody can see it and they know about it now, I'm 100% sure Sean Payton knows that. So he's going to be flinging that ball over the place. Unless it's like really bad weather. Like if it's rainy or it's snowy or whatever, then he's going to be flinging the ball all over the place. He's going to be like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bo Nix throw over 40 times this week. If the Washington Commanders secondary is that bad at, stopping the pass, then you can, I mean, even whenever a defense would go up against a, horrible or, slightly or better at all, in the passing game, I mean, which I'm not saying is a bad thing because Bo Nix does need to, pass against good defenses. But if he's doing more passing against better defenses at stopping the pass than they are at stopping the run, and Sean Payton throws more on those teams, you know if he goes up against a team that's the worst in the NFL at stopping the pass, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to pass the hell out of the ball.
I can't wait, probably.
And I'm fine with it. Like, I want the ball to be ran more. But like I said, it depends on the weather. Like, if it's rainy or snowy, the best thing to do in those kind of games is run the ball. The ball gets slippery, especially if it's a heavy snowstorm, which I'm not predicting that's what's going to happen this week because I don't know the weather forecast for Washington. But if it's like really snowing, you can't see more than like 10 feet in front of you, it's raining, the ball slippery, you typically want to run the ball more. Yeah. Keep it in the running back's hands, keep it out of the air, and, less cause for error if you do that. But if it's a sunny day, nice day out there, I expect Sean Payton to fling it all over the yard. Like he's gonna like I said, Bo Nix is probably gonna throw like 40 times in this game. But that's fine. But if it doesn't work for some whatever reason, or Bo Nix is struggling or whatever, you need to stick to the run because the Commanders, they're not good at stopping the run either. They're better at stopping the run. I think on their defense, they're averaging like 4.6 yards a carry, which is not – I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not like, it's like 5 yards a carry, So, but they're better at stopping the run, I would say, than they are at stopping the pass. So, I expect to see Bo Nix just airing it out all day Sunday. And honestly – looking at the stats, like everybody's picking us this week, Muhammad. I don't know if you've seen all the national media pundits. Everybody's picking us to beat the Commanders this week, and we all know the reason why. It's because Jaden Daniels is most likely not going to play.
Yeah,
like if it was Jaden Daniels playing, I'm not saying everybody, because everybody picked the Broncos. Like everybody in the national media, everybody picked the Broncos to win this game because I think they're thinking Jaden Daniels ain't going to play. I think the same thing. But if Jaden Daniels is playing, I think it would be down the middle. I think it'd be half would pick the Commanders, half would pick the Broncos.
That's fair.
And honestly, this is the one game I was really looking forward to all year. Ever since the schedule came out, I wanted to see Bo Nix versus Jaden Daniels. Now, we still might get that. Maybe. I doubt it. And because I want, like, all this talk of Jaden Daniels, like, yeah, I want to watch a kid thrive. I like watching him. He's fun to watch. The fact that he made it to the NFC Championship game last year, that's why he won Rookie of the Year last year. Even though I think Bo Nix played better in the regular season than Jaden Daniels did. But this game to me was going to be the game where Jaden Daniels versus Bo Nix, first matchup, and if Bo Nix were to beat Jaden Daniels, like, yeah, Jaden Daniels might have far in the playoffs, but who got the better of the two in head-to-head? Nix got the better of Daniels, or Daniels got the better of Nix. So but with all that said, I think the Broncos are going to win this game. And I don't think it's going to be particularly close. Like, if Jaden Daniels plays, I think it'll be a little closer. I think it'll probably be – if Daniels plays, I'm going to give two predictions because we don't know if Daniels is going to play or not. If Daniels plays, I think it's going to be a close game. I think a 24 to like 23 type of game. It's going to be close. Because I think Daniels will keep it close. But if Daniels doesn't play, I'm going 24-7 Denver. Like, Terry McLaurin, I don't even know if he's going to play either. Like, I remember them saying that Terry McLaurin was hurt, so I think Daniels, if he plays, like, I know that's a big gap in the score margin for them. But if Daniels plays, he can run. And I hate to say it, the Broncos defense – they're not very good at spying.
No, you're right.
Mobile quarterbacks, they have a hard time trying to contain them. So hopefully that's not the case. I'm hoping, like, I want Daniels to play, but I don't think he will, honestly. What are your thoughts? Do you think Daniels is going to play this week, Muhammad, or no?
Probably not. Because I mean, if I'm the Commanders, even if he's close, he just started practicing, and you feel like he's not ready, why would you bring him now against this defense? That just would not be smart. Because if he's not completely healed, you put him against a defense like the Broncos, and he might get even more injured, right? He might tweak something else. So I wouldn't. It's not really an important. Shouldn't be something that you do. But I agree with you, Eddie. If he plays, that will maybe change the score a little bit. But if he's coming back from an injury, how good could he be? I don't know. But it's like you said, Eddie. The Broncos should win regardless of the score. But the Broncos should just win this game.
What's your score prediction for this game?
I would say 28, 13, something like that.
Okay. And also I wanted to touch on this too. The fact that this is the whole reason why Dan Quinn, like everybody was just completely just dogging on him whenever Daniels got hurt. Because okay, it's kind of the same, but not really. But like in that game where Daniels got hurt, the last game he played, of course, they were down by like 31 points in the fourth quarter. And it's like, you're not going to win this game. You know you're not going to win this game. Pull the starters out, especially Daniels. Pull him out. Don't risk him getting hurt because you know you're not going to come back and win this game. And that's exactly what happened. Dan Quinn kept them in there. He gets hurt. He's been out for multiple weeks. He's probably going to be out for another week. And the national media, Commander fans, like everybody, even fans of other fan bases, like, why the fuck did you have Jaden Daniels in that game and you're getting destroyed? That makes absolutely no damn sense. So I think the pressure is going to be on Dan Quinn this week not to play Jaden Daniels, most likely probably for the rest of the season.
Exactly.
I mean, how many more weeks you got? You got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You got 6 weeks left.
Yeah.
Like, Commanders right now are sitting at 3-7.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they could win out and go 10-7. They could win out, but I doubt that. I'm pretty sure they still got to play the Eagles again. I'm pretty sure they got to play the Cowboys again. The Giants ain't no slouch. Like, I'm not sure what exactly the Commander schedule is, but with them sitting at 3-7, with him breaking, what was it? Was it his left arm? I think he broke.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I would not play Jaden Daniels for the rest of the year.
I agree.
Let the kid fucking, like, and honestly, he's still too skinny, dude. Like, he's that running Lamar Jackson type. And what happened with Lamar? His first couple of years in the league, he was a skinny kid. He gets hit around a few times. What's he do? Like, year 2 or year 3, he comes in, he bulks up. He's like, if I'm going to run the ball, I got to bulk up because I can't keep taking hits being that scrawny. Jaden Daniels, to me, I think they should just shut him down for the rest of the season. The Commanders ain't winning nothing. They're not going to make the playoffs. I would not risk his health any further. I would sit him down. And as a team and as Jaden Daniels, if I was Jaden Daniels myself, I would go into this offseason to bulk my ass up. So that way next season when it comes around, you can still run, but at least you're going to be built big enough to take hits whenever it happens. Because you know running quarterbacks, they take big hits. That's what ends most of their careers is they run and they don't slide in time, and it just happens.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want that. I want Jaden Daniels to last in this league. Because I'm excited. Like, I like watching Jaden. I think he's fun to watch. The Commanders are more fun to watch whenever he does play. So, but yeah, if I was Dan Quinn, after all the criticism I got for leaving him in that last game, I would just shut him down. The fact that we're 3-7, we have, I think I saw a thing the other day, the Commanders have like less than a 10% chance. I think it's like 5% maybe of making the playoffs, the Commanders. I'd be shutting down Daniels for the year. I'd be like, nope, sorry. I know people want to see him. I know they're happy, but it's like, dude, you got to protect your biggest asset, and that's your quarterback. And I would shut him down for the season. And I'm not saying this because I'm not saying this because I pray Jaden Daniels, doesn't play in this Broncos game. I want him to play.
Yeah.
I want Bo Nixon and Jaden Daniels to go head to head, dude. I want to see who's really better between the two. But as a football fan, and if I was a Commanders fan, or even the ownership or whatever front office, I'd be like, nope, Jaden, you're getting shut down for the year. We're 3-7. We're not going nowhere. We're not risking any more of your health. That'd be my thought process. But I'm not the owner of the Commanders. I'm not the coach, so it's up to them. I hope if they do play him, if they do start him again at some point this year, whether it's this week or later, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him because I really don't want Jaden Daniels to, become like an injury-prone quarterback and ruin his career. So, but let's see what we got next here. Next up, let's talk about the Broncos should add another running back. Now, we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, Mohammed. The Broncos, we want them to run the ball. That's the big key to this offense is running the ball. But right now you got J.K. Dobbins out for the year, and that sucks. I was real I know a lot of people, including myself, were wanting him to get a contract extension, this coming up off season. But I think with him getting hurt and being out for the year, I think that door's shut. I don't think Dobbins is going to be back. And I hate to say that. The kid's really good. He's only 26. He'll be 27 next year. He's a good running back. He was averaging like 5 yards a carry. And he was like the 5th leading rusher in the NFL before he went down. I would love to have Dobbins back. I just don't think they're going to bring him back with him being, quote unquote, injury prone. But is there any possibility? We heard about Dameon Pierce. The Broncos were interested, but he wound up signing with the Chiefs practice squad.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest move he could have done. Like people say, well, he wants to win the Super Bowl. Okay, the Chiefs ain't winning the Super Bowl this year. I hate to tell you. Like, I'm sure Dameon Pierce knows this. They're not winning the Super Bowl. They'll be like, they might make the playoffs, and people are like, well, if the Chiefs make the playoffs, you don't want to play. Okay, if the Chiefs make the playoffs this year, it's going to be a wild card, and they're going to have to go on the road, and I guarantee you they're not going to win.
No, he's not. They're not.
They're flat out ass this year. There's no other way around it. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, even like we played the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago, Mohammed. I'm sitting there watching the game, and like in the past, whenever I'd say before 2023, let's just say before 2023, you're sitting there watching Chief games, and you're like, they're just going to come back and win. I can already see it. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Mahomes is going to do this, and this, and Kelsey's going to do this. You knew it was going to happen. You just had that, like you were hoping it wouldn't happen, but in the back of your freaking mind, you knew it was going to happen. This year, I don't feel that way. When we played the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, okay, cool. The Chiefs got a touchdown. And I'm like, Bo Nix is going to go out. I mean, maybe this is a little more in the Bo Nix category. But I'm like, Bo Nix is going to go out and score. He's going to win this game on a game-winning field goal. He's been doing it all season. Like, he'll do it again. But I didn't have that, oh, my God, in the back of my mind, like, Patrick Mahomes is going to go out and he's just going to, like, before it was like, okay, Patrick Mahomes, he got the ball back with, what was it, Muhammad, like 6 minutes left to go in the game? Mm-hmm. He got the ball back. It was like, I think they got the touch. They got the touchdown, went up 19-16, and then I think we we kicked a field goal. The Chiefs got the ball back. We tied up at 19-all, and the Chiefs got the ball, and I'm like, okay. There was probably like 3 minutes left to go in the game at that point. Old me from a couple of years ago, like, oh my God, Patrick Mahomes is going to get this ball downfield, chew up the rest of the clock, and they're going to kick a game-winning field goal and win this. I didn't feel that way.
We're doing that now, Eddie, right? It's the Broncos' turn to do that.
But whenever Mahomes had the ball the last time to go down the field, and with like 3 minutes left to go in the game, old me would be like, "Oh my God, he's going to chew the clock, go down, kick a game-winning field goal." I didn't have that same thought in my head this last time we played him. I'm like, this defense is going to kick his ass, and lo and behold, Jaquan McMillan comes in and bam, just shuts the door on that. So I'm not worried about it. I don't think the Chiefs, they're not going to win nothing. And the fact that, I'm not scared of them anymore like I used to be, they're not going to make the playoffs. So I'm not too concerned with that. But, man, it's going to be fun to watch the Chiefs game tomorrow because I believe Dallas is going to beat them. I really do. What are your thoughts? Do you think the Dallas Cowboys win tomorrow or do they lose?
They have a pretty good chance of winning. They're playing at home, right?
No, they're in Dallas. Oh, yeah. They're in Dallas. The Chiefs are having to go on the road.
It's going to be tough for the Chiefs to win, Eddie. I'm picking the Cowboys.
That's what I'm saying. The Chiefs are, I'm pretty sure they have not won on the road this year, the Chiefs. Yeah. Every single time they're on the road, they get beat. The Cowboys, when they're at home, they don't lose. So, but that was my point about Dameon Pierce. It's like, why would you want to go to the Chiefs? They're not going to win the Super Bowl. He's on the practice squad. He's not even going to see play. Maybe, I don't know. If Pacheco doesn't come back, maybe. But, dude, why wouldn't you want to come to Denver? We're guaranteed to get playing time.
Yeah, but what I heard is that he wanted something that the Broncos was like, no, we're not doing. I don't know what he wanted, but from what I know, like if the Broncos really wanted him, they would have done some like took the next step or something. I forgot what it is, but I don't think the Broncos were really into him like that. I mean, it was something that they pursued, but I don't know.
At the same time, whatever that something is, Muhammad, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, well, if you come to Denver, you're going to be part of a winning team. You're going to be part of a team that is 9-2, first place in the AFC West, second in the AFC, probably, hopefully, after this week, be first place in the AFC.
Mhm.
You're going to act like, because with the Chiefs, it's like, you don't know if they're going to make the playoffs or not this year. You don't
Yeah.
know. And you're going on the practice squad, you most likely ain't going to get no playing time versus coming to Denver, knowing you're with a winning team that's going to make the
Mhm.
freaking playoffs for sure. And you're 100% guaranteed to get snaps in a game and play. So to me, if what you're saying is correct, whatever that something is that he wanted, the Broncos want to give him, apparently it's not winning because he doesn't
Nope.
want to be part of a winning team or to
Nope.
play at all.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of like the Evan Ingram situation, Muhammad. Like, which now in hindsight, it kind of looks bad, but
With the Chargers.
whenever Ingram was looking for a new team this past offseason, we know he came to the Broncos, interviewed with them, then he went to the Chargers. I think what it was, the reason why he chose Denver, now people are going to say, oh, because he wanted to play with Bo Nix over Justin. I'm like, I don't think that's the case. Not saying that. I mean, I do think Justin Herbert's a bit better than Bo Nix. Bo Nix still needs to, at least another year, in my opinion, to show that he's that kind of guy. Well, not that kind of guy, but at least get to what Herbert's accomplished. You know what I mean? So what it was is like the Chargers weren't going to use him in the passing game. The Chargers are a very run-heavy team. Like he wasn't going to get as many targets. He wasn't going to get involved as much. He was going to be more of a blocking or a decoy type of tight end. But he came to Denver, talked to Sean, and Sean's like, yeah, we're going to use you in the passing game, bro. That's what we want to do here is pass. We don't want to run. We want to pass. That's the reason why Evan Ingram chose Denver over Los Angeles. But that's like Dameon Pierce. It's like you're going to be on the practice squad. You're probably not going to get any playing time. You're not part of a winning team this year. Like they're not making the playoffs. So I don't know, but
He's gonna regret that decision, I think, Eddie.
I think he will too. Yeah. Especially if he doesn't get like being part of a winning team. That's an up in the air kind of thing because you don't know what. Like I mean, right now you do. Like you know what teams are going to make the playoffs this year. But the big thing to me is like, dude, if you go to Kansas City, you don't know if you're going to get playing time at all. If you come to Denver, you know you're going to be on the field. Like the only reason why they're bringing you in is because Dobbins got hurt and he's out, and they need another back. You know you're going to be either RB1 or RB2. You're going to get plenty of playing time. So, but with all that said, we're at 23 minutes right now. We still got to get through comments, but let's get through our last topic tonight, Mohammed. Contract extensions. Woo, it's been a busy week at Broncos headquarters, bro.
Yes.
First deal, Will Lutz gets done. I think that was like late last week or early this week. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. I think it was over the weekend.
It was the first one that got signed.
Yeah, Will Lutz, but I think it was like Sunday or Saturday. I think he got signed.
Yeah,
it was a few days ago. Then yesterday we get honestly probably the biggest news out of all of it. Luke Wattenberg signed a 4-year contract extension, the Broncos center. And then today we got news that Malcolm Roach, the D tackle, signed a contract. I think it was a 4-year contract or 3-year contract. Will Lutz was a 3-year. Wattenberg and Upper, I believe, were both 4-year contracts.
Yeah. I think Roach was 3 years, $29 million, if I'm not mistaken, Eddie.
Malcolm Roach, yeah. But Luke Wattenberg, we'll go through them individually, but the first one I want to start with is Luke Wattenberg. Oh my God. I was worried about that. Like the fact that they got him done is like, okay, they still got they're going to have the same offensive line for 3 years. For last year, this year, and next year, they're going to have the same offensive line. Exactly. That chemistry is going to be beautiful. They got Mike McGlinchey, I think, until at least 2028. They got Ben Powers until 2027. Garrett Bowles, I think, until 2029.
Yeah.
Quinn Minor like 2029. And now they locked up Luke Wattenberg until 2029. They basically have all their offensive linemen except for 2. And the earliest one is going to be Ben Powers, 2027.
Yep.
He he's going to become a free agent, and honestly, I think we're going to wind up replacing him at left guard. But
True.
what were your thoughts on Luke Wattenberg
Oh, I was
extension?
happy, Eddie. I mean, as a center, he did have his struggles, obviously, as a center. As things progressed, he's gotten better and better. And like you said, Eddie, you could tell that George Payton and Sean Payton, they're emphasizing this continuity. With the O line, they don't want it to be any changes. They want the whole O line to stay the same, which is what you need. They working well together. Don't break that chemistry. So I was really happy about that sign, Eddie. We're good.
Yeah, the offensive line's going to be good for at least another 2-3
Exactly.
years
Yeah.
easily. It's going to be the same offensive line outside of maybe Ben Powers. Ben Powers might be the only one that might get replaced. I mean,
Mhm.
I think he'll be around for the 2026 season, but 2027, I think we might have a new left guard. Um, Next up, defensive tackle Malcolm Roach. Now, the Broncos have a lot of free agents. Like I think
Mhm.
McMillan, Stranad, Singleton, DJ Jones. Um, there's a few more. I mean, J.K. Dobbins, of course. Even Palczewski is a free agent
Mhm.
after this year. Like they got a lot of free agents, and they locked down some big ones. But what were your thoughts on the Malcolm Roach signing?
I was very happy, Eddie, because stopping the run. We definitely gotten a lot better this season, but it was something that I'm kind of like I was kind of worried coming in this year. But Michael, Malcolm Roach is exactly that. He's incredible with the run. He's that big deep tackle that will come in and help you with the run game. I'm really happy they did that. At the same time, I think this means JFM is gone. Like I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's gonna get re-signed. But I'm happy, man. I like Roach. I like his game. The Broncos are making some good moves, definitely.
There was a report I saw on Twitter earlier that the Broncos had not even reached out to JFM with a contract extension.
Yeah.
But I think he's gone. So that means to me, probably most likely the Broncos' first round pick this year in the draft is most likely going to probably be a defensive end
Yeah.
or defensive tackle. Like it's going to be
Deeply.
defensive line, I believe.
Yeah.
Because like the big key positions I think the Broncos are going to need this offseason, they're going to need another defensive tackle, probably a defensive end, uh, probably another inside backer, and that's it on defense. Those are the only three positions you really need on defense. And then on offense, I
Tight
would
end.
say running
It's
back, tight end.
yeah.
Those are going to be the two key positions they're going to have to look for this year in the draft. So, but I think the main one is going to be the first round pick is going to most likely be a defensive line guy. They got to, if JFM leaves and DJ Jones leaves, that's two big pieces on your defensive line that are leaving. You got to bring in one. You got to either bring in another D end or a D tackle. You have to bring one of those in the first round. Otherwise, one side of that, the defensive line might have a struggle. I mean, sure, you'll still have a Zach Allen, Nick McNeil, Jonathan Cooper, but you're going to need another interior defensive lineman on that line. And I think that's going to be their first round pick. Secondly, Bolsternod and Singleton are gone after this year. We don't know what the hell is going on with Drew Sanders. So I think the second position will most likely probably be an inside backer. So it'll probably be D line first, inside backer second. And then if I had to guess, maybe a running back third, because I mean, I think we lost Muhammad, guys. But anyway, we'll get through some of these comments real quick. But as I was saying, you have to bring in another running back at some point in the draft. Now, you might be able to wait till a little bit later in the draft to get a running back because they're a dime a dozen. So I think it's going to be defensive line, inside backer, probably a tight end, and then a running back is what I think this team's going to do. But let's get through some of these comments here real quick so we can get out of here tonight because I got a lot of stuff going on. Good evening, Ed Muhammad on Rocky Mountain Blitz. Go Bill Broncos. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate it, man. You're a really, really big supporter, and we couldn't appreciate you enough, man. You help keep the show going, and I'm not lying, dude. Me and Muhammad love doing this, and with guys like you, Michael, really helps out big time. Maybe we'll get Muhammad back in here. I'm not sure. I had to. Oh, yep, there he is. Let's see. What's up, man? What happened?
I don't know. Something happened with my Wi-Fi, so I'm using my phone to get in. But
Okay.
yeah, what did I miss, Eddie?
No, I was just saying, like, I want to get your opinion on this, and we'll get through the rest of these comments. But defensive line, inside backer, tight end, running back. I think that's going to be the Broncos' 4 top picks this year in the draft. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. For me, Eddie, like, defense, I agree with you. For me, as far as the offense, definitely tight end. Oh my God, man, we need someone. We need a really good tight end. If we can't find them on the free, if we can't find them on, like, we can't trade for one, or sign one from free agency, definitely go in the draft and get one. This is going to be really big help for Bonix. But if they're not, like you said, if they're not going to sign JFM, which is kind of looking like it now, definitely first round is going to be a defensive tackle, I think. So I agree with you.
D end or defensive tackle is going to be the first round.
Yeah.
It's going to be defensive line either way. I know that for sure. All right. So we had this one here from Michael. I got him. We got another one here from Michael. He says, the Broncos game against the Washington Commanders, weather will be cold weather and rainy. Okay. Well, then I'm hoping Sean runs the ball, because whenever it's rainy and wet outside or snowing, running the ball is your best friend. Passing the ball in that kind of weather, it's really, really dangerous. But what are your thoughts here, Muhammad, on the weather? Do you think? I mean, I know we both think they should run the ball, but do you think this changes Peyton's mind at all?
Now I'm scared, Eddie, because I live sort of close to DC. I'm like a few hours from DC. Weather's been nice. I did hear it's going to be cold tomorrow. I wasn't sure about Sunday, but now that scares me, because Sean Payton is very unpredictable. And if it's something that makes sense to us, it's probably not going to make sense to him. But I really hope whatever he decides to do, logically speaking, run the football. But please, let's not do stupid. Let's not get cute. If the weather is like that, run the ball. I don't care what the score is. Let's just get out of there with a win.
Yep. I totally agree. But like you said, I think Sean Payton's going to try to get cute. Like I said earlier, the Washington Commanders defense being the worst in the NFL at stopping the pass, wet and rainy, Sean's like still flinging the ball. It's like, dude, come on, just run
Yeah.
it. I'm probably pulling my hair out all day Sunday if that's the
I
case.
know. I would pull
Um,
my hair, but I don't have any. But yeah, I feel you on that one.
we got another one here from Michael. He says quarterback Jaden Daniels will not play against the Broncos. I want to I want to agree with you, Michael, but I'm not sure. I didn't even think he'd be practicing. Like, I don't even understand why they're practicing him. If you want my honest opinion, they're 3-7. They're not making the playoffs this year. I would not put Jaden Daniels out there to get him, to where he would get re-injured or re-aggravate that injury he has, or even get hurt even farther. Like, I would not risk that as a 3-7 team. Like, at this point, it's like, look to the draft, look to next year, and hopefully it's better. But I'd be saying the same thing about the Broncos.
Mhm.
If Bo Nix was coming off an injury like what Jaden Daniels was coming off of, and we were sitting here at 3-7, I'd be like, Sean, shut him down. Do not let nothing happen to him.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is a cornerstone franchise player that you're willing to put back out there, and possibly for him to get hurt even more, damage his whatever it is, his arm more, by taking unnecessary hits in games that really don't matter anymore because you're not doing nothing this year. So, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Last comment here from Michael. Today, Sean Payton said that running back J.K. Dobbins would come back late in the NFL season before he did. Mama, did you see this?
I did see some, like, I think there was a video saying that good news, and it did have J.K. Dobbins on the video, but I honestly did not watch it, so maybe, I don't know, maybe.
I'll have to go back and rewatch his press conference from earlier and see what he says, because I mean, I'm not gonna again. If I mean the Broncos are in a they're in win now mode basically. They're gonna make the playoffs. If J.K. Dobbins is healthy and he wants to come back, and you want to bring him back, then do it, because he could, like, if he could be if he's durable enough to come back and play, we could really use him for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
We really could. So I hope, like I said, I'm going to go watch this clip of Sean Payton at his presser earlier and see what he says. And if that's the case, hopefully he does. Dude, that'd be great. That would really help us out in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But we're at 35 minutes, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here tonight. Like I said, Muhammad's got family over for Thanksgiving. I got some stuff I gotta do, get ready for tomorrow. So, but that's it for us tonight, guys. We'll be probably back next Tuesday after the Commanders Broncos game to give our gut reactions. But until then, stay safe, guys, and hopefully the Broncos get a big win on Sunday, and then we got the Raiders next week, so we should go 2-0 with these next two games, hopefully. But Mohammed, any final thoughts or comments or anything before we get out
No,
of here?
Eddie, I just want to thank Michael for always supporting us, always coming through and commenting and stuff. Thank you, Michael. We do appreciate you.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate you. But that's it for us tonight, guys. If you could, again, like, comment, subscribe on this video, hit that bell notification so you know we go live. Mohammed, I'll see you in a couple of days, man.
All right, see you, Eddie.
All right. Peace, guys.